So unless you've been living under a rock, you'd know about this Christmas star that's on its way. I'm going to show you how to find it. I'll even show you how to photograph it. Let's get into it. G'day guys, I'm Shane Mostyn. Welcome to 5 Minute Friday. Is it going to be 5 minutes? If the last, 20 or 30 videos or anything to go by? Probably not. But anyway, that's what I'm calling it, 5 Minute Fridays. And what are we doing today? Well, we're going to find this star, and we're going to photograph it. If you're new here, I do 2 videos each and every week, all about small sensor photography. That is mobile phones, GoPros, action cameras, that sort of thing. And I bring you 2 videos each and every week. So subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you see what I do each and every week, twice a week. And if you have subscribed, you're a bloody legend. So today what we're doing is finding this Christmas star, explaining what it is, showing how to photograph it and how to find it. And we might even edit it, a little photo that we take at the end of this. So stick around. So the Christmas star, what is it? Well, it's not a star. It's a couple of planets. The planet is Jupiter and the other one is Saturn. And they're becoming into what is called a conjunction. It's when 2 objects in space come visually close. They're not physically close, they're visually close. So they're still like hundreds or thousands of kilometers away from each other. It's no big, it's not going to hurt us. It's 2020 though, so who knows what's going to happen. Why is this one significant? Well, this one's called a grand conjunction or a great conjunction, whatever it is. I'll write the real thing just here. But basically it's because these 2 planets, Jupiter and Saturn, you can see with the naked eye. So that makes it kind of special. So on the 21st of this month being December, you're going to see these things and you'll see them right now, and I'll take you out in just a second. I'll show you how I see it all with the Mark 1 eyeball. And I'll show you how to find it in the sky and what it looks like. But at the moment, it's the 8th of December. So when these things are nice and close and they visually will look like one thing in the sky, that'll be on the 21st of December, hence the Christmas star. I do believe it has some sort of biblical story to that as well. And it's not me, I don't know. I failed at Sunday school. So with these 2 planets lining up, they just look like stars in the sky. This infographic here has become quite popular in the last few weeks about the Christmas star and how to find it all. But basically we're going to go out there tonight. I might even just I'll take the GoPro, and that's all I'll take tonight. So if the footage looks like crap, I might have to do it again. If it's acceptable, well, that's what you'll see. But I'll take this and I'll take a tripod. You'll need a tripod. You'll need a phone holder to put your phone on so it stays still, because we're going to take a good 30-second photo of this thing with our phone. And we'll come back here and we'll edit it up. Right, let's go and have a look. Now that we're here, this is a good spot that I can shoot this. You want to have a pretty good view to the horizon when you want to do this. There's a couple of ways that we can find where these 2 planets are, these 2 planets being Jupiter and Saturn. There's a couple of ways that we can find it. So today's the 8th of December, so we're a fair way from the 21st when these things are at the closest. So be mindful that things will change a little bit between now and then. So you need to look west, southwest. That's basically where the sun's setting, and it's going to happen nice and close together at about an hour past sunset. And that's pretty much where we are now. It's about an hour past sunset. There's a couple of ways that we can find it. One is by looking west and you see a really bright star. In fact, the 2 stars that I can see there, well, that's Jupiter and Saturn, and they're the brightest things that I can see. In fact, I can't see any other stars. There's some out behind me here to the west. It's darker out there, obviously. But out here, that's the only 2 that I can see. I'm sure the camera will pick up more in a second. So that's one way you can find them. The second way is by using this Night Sky app. And if you don't have it, I'll link it down the bottom there. It's a pretty good app if you're getting into astronomy and you want to learn what's what in the night sky, the different star signs and constellations and things like that, and planets obviously. So I'll just set this up and I'll do a recording for you and I'll show you how we find it. So the Night Sky app, it's actually an app that one of you guys have recommended because it actually does a bit of astrophotography, although I think it's more for using with a telescope. But look, we open up this app and it uses augmented reality, so it uses a little bit of where the ground is. If it's bright enough during the day, you'll see it out there a little bit. But it uses the GPS and it uses the motion sensors in the camera to work out where you're pointing it, and you can see then the constellation. So where those two stars are, two planets, looks like stars, I'll point the camera up to that and there you see Saturn and Jupiter. Simple as that. So that's confirmed to me now that what I'm looking at up there is what I'm actually trying to photograph. And on the 21st of December, in 2 weeks time, that will be nice and close together, a little bit closer to the horizon, and that's what we will refer to as the Christmas star. How do we photograph it? It's dead set simple. All we're doing here is with the iPhone 11 or 12, you're going to use the night mode and we'll shoot it. Anyway, I'll show you how to do that. What I'll do, I'll just put this phone onto phone holder, ball head, tripod. When you're shooting night mode, for those that don't know, you're going to get 10 seconds handheld in night mode with the iPhone 11 and 12, and you're going to get up to 30 seconds when it's on a tripod. So to do this sort of photography, shooting these nice bright stars, we want to shoot for as long as we can so that we make sure that we get them in the photo. So as you can see right there, I'll just touch on the screen there. See those two dots? Those two dots there, that's when they get closer together on the 21st. They'll be so close that to the naked eye they'll probably look like one giant big star, and that's what people have been referring to as the Christmas star. So to get the full duration on this, we touch the night mode, swipe down. It's not quite dark enough because I've got this light on the video here. It's going to give me 13 seconds. That'll be enough for what I'm talking about here. I'll hit the shutter button and let it take the photo. It's getting a little bit darker now, there's a bit more stars around. We're already done. Let's have a look at this photo. You know, there are more stars up there, I just can't see them with the naked eye. That's kind of cool. Anyway, there's the two photos. Or there's the two stars, I should say. I'm going to turn this light off, turn the video off. I'll take a couple more photos and we'll head back to the office there, and I'll get away from these bloody bugs. All right, see you soon. So that was pretty simple. If you don't have an iPhone and you're using, say, an Android phone, the principles are exactly the same. I'll link up the top here to a video with shooting astrophotography with a Samsung, and it's basically the same principles as what I teach you in that video there. In fact, it's exactly the same principles as what I teach you in that video there. If you're on a Google Pixel phone, it'll do this exercise incredibly well, and I'll link up the top here to astrophotography with a Pixel phone, and you'll get some incredible results with a Pixel as well. So without any further ado, what we'll do, we'll have that sounded weird. We'll have a look at an edit on this. I'm going to use Snapseed to edit this particular photo. I've got other tutorials coming out. I'm just waiting for some feedback from you guys at the moment. I would have put a poll in the community tab by now. Hopefully that's by now and I haven't forgot. But anyway, what we're doing now is the Snapseed tutorial. I'm going to use one of the presets that are available on my website, but you don't have to use that. The back end of this is going to be exactly the same. So we'll open up Snapseed and we'll open up that image in Snapseed. And there it is there. We'll go into tools, we won't do that. We'll go straight into the QR codes on this. And that's how you get into them up the top there with that square and the back arrow. So we'll go scan QR code. We'll hold this up to the computer there, and it's applied all of those presets, if you like, that are in that QR code. And that gives us, if you touch and hold on that, it gives you a reasonably good indication of what it looks like before and after. There's still a fair bit of noise in here, and I'm kind of regretting not shooting this in RAW last night, but that doesn't matter. We'll go into details first, and we'll see if we can get rid of some of that noise. Details, and go to structure, and we'll slide that structure down, and that's pretty well got rid of all that noise. I'm quite happy with that. We'll go back into tools and go to tune image. We'll decrease the brightness a little bit, actually a fair bit, and will increase the contrast. What I'm looking at here are the two stars, or the two planets I should say, and we're really looking as to how much detail we can get around those. So that's the before and after. That looks pretty good. I'm kind of happy with that. We'll desaturate that a little bit, and yeah, I'm happy with that. The warmth, maybe a little bit warm. Yeah, so I'll do this differently depending on the season that we're shooting in. Like here, it's pretty warm at the moment, so I may make it warm sometimes. With this sort of photo, I wouldn't. But other astro photos, I certainly do. But in this case here, we'll just leave it a little bit cooler. We'll go back into tools now, and we're going to crop this a little bit. There's not enough emphasis, if you like, on those two stars, on the two planets. So we're going to crop, and we're going to stay with the original size, and we'll rotate this around. So it's now a portrait orientated photo. And we're going to bring those grid lines down so they line up on one of the intersecting lines, so the rule of thirds is still being applied. And that channel that's there full of water, that gives us a little bit of a leading line to the skyline. I actually don't mind that. I think that's quite good. And that'll do us, I think. Here's the photo here. So if you enjoyed that, give us a big old thumbs up. Contact me on Instagram or tag me on Instagram if you take this sort of photo. I'm curious to see what sort of results you guys get. Anyway, I'll catch you later and see you next week.